What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So check it out. We have to break down Sofi in this one, do a quick update on the charts, go over what's going on, my thoughts, and most importantly, the options chain. We're going to look at what options I'm looking at right now regarding Sofi, and we're going to go over a stock, a company that just reported earnings. We have a lot to cover today, guys, so hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. It's free money, guys. Just use that link down below, the QR code right here, or just go to stassurfest.com/Moomoo, get your stocks, and of course, take a sip of your coffee, guys. And with that being said, let's get into it. So it's currently about noon on the East Coast, so we're pretty much right through or right in the middle of the day, and all the indexes except for the Dow are slightly in the red, and the S&P and the Nasdaq, they're barely in the red. I mean, look, the S&P's down about 0.1%, the Russell is down, I guess, a little bit, 0.6%, and the Nasdaq's pretty much at break even, and the Dow's it's not like it's crazily in the green. It's only up 15 points, so a pretty flat day today after we saw a nice green day yesterday, which I'm sure you guys saw what happened with SPY and Triple Q yesterday. We uptrended pretty much all day. You guys can see here, this is SPY. I'm not sure why it's lagging a little bit. There we go. And Triple Q ran all day as well. You guys can see the chart here. Pretty good looking chart. And Sofi did the same thing yesterday, right? I'm sure you guys saw Sofi opened up at around 675. We uptrended all the way to about 690 at close. And earlier today, once the markets opened, we saw Sofi go to almost $7 per share. You guys can see we took out the highs from yesterday being about 690, and now in real time, we're testing those highs again. Notice what happened here, guys, if I draw this line out. So this morning, we hit almost $7 per share, that 697 level right here. We then pulled down, and notice where we tested. We tested 685, which if I get the tool out here, you guys can see that's where we held in the pre-market and yesterday in the middle, or actually right in the beginning of power hour. So the fact that we ran up, took the highs out from yesterday, we then pulled down, held the lows, well, not the lows from yesterday, but a critical support from yesterday. We held that at 685 and from the pre-market today, and we bounced off that. That's a great sign overall here for the bulls. And you know what would be even better in the short term? If Sofi could take out $7 per share, which as of now, it does seem like we have a cup and handle forming here on the 30-minute chart. You guys see that? We're above the moving averages as well, and a golden cross looks like it's right around the corner. So Sofi is looking pretty good on the 30-minute chart, and on the 5-day, you guys can see that cup and handle, and honestly, an inverse head and shoulders as well, whatever way you want to cut it, right? But yeah, $7 is the big spot. $7.10. So I'm going to set an alert there right now at $7, and I'll do another one at $7.10. Let me do that now quickly. Bear with me, guys. There we go. And on the 20-day, that's where you're going to see, okay, if we take out $7, this could be a nice trading opportunity to the mid-sevens, at least in my opinion. And that's where the options come into play. Let me actually pull up the options chain right now. Let me show you what's going on. So I use Robinhood for the videos here, guys. I don't necessarily trade options often on Robinhood, but like I've said before, the visual is very simple on their UI, rather, is very simple, right? And for the sake of the videos, it's very easy to just look at, the options chain here. But I usually use Fidelity. That's my main brokerage these days, and I've been using that one for years, guys. I started off on there about 10 years ago and really haven't looked back. And I do use Moomoo and a couple other ones, Robinhood, with some, smaller amounts of money, right? But the main trading, the main portfolios, they're on Fidelity, right? But either way, let's take a look at some options. So right off the bat here, what we have are the ones that that are expiring tomorrow, which obviously these are very risky. They're all trading, the $7 calls for tomorrow right here are trading at 4 cents. So in other words, $4 you can get in those, which obviously these are pretty worthless now, right? The 750s, the 850s, they're trading at a penny. So let's actually take the the expiration date out a little bit, maybe about a month away from now. I like looking at 3 weeks to 5 weeks out, maybe 2 weeks out, depending on how the charts look. And obviously, the more time the more time that's on your side, the more you're going to have to pay for the options. But it's safer, quote unquote safer. Buying options is very risky, but you know what I mean, right? So if we're looking at these, I would probably be looking at the 750 July 5th right here. These are the ones that I'm looking at. 750 July 5th for 15 cents, so 15 times 100 per contract. So that would be around what? $15. So you can buy a bunch of contracts here for not much money. I'm not telling you guys what to do, obviously, but I'm showing you how you can get a leverage return here if you think a stock's about to break out. And again, if we do take out that $7, $10 level that I showed you, this could be a very fruitful trade here, right? And who knows, these could go up a good chunk. And that's a way that you can, get a leverage return with options. And let me make this straight. This is very risky. I don't do this with a crazy amount of money, but the idea is if you're looking to make a trade, you put a couple $100, 1,000, 2,000, maybe more, depending on your risk tolerance, and you can get a pretty nice leverage return if it plays out. Keyword is if, right? So I'm looking at the 750 July 5th. For 15 cents right now. Let me see what the open interest is looking like. About 4,000. So nothing crazy there. Decent. Let's see here. The $7 ones are trading at 31 cents. So what? For $30, you can get a contract here, the $7 one. So these are a couple that I'm looking at. And of course, the more you go out, let's say you go out to August 16th, you're going to have to pay up a little bit more, right? The $7 calls for August 16th, which honestly, these aren't a bad bet either. 69 times 100, so $69, right? 69 cents times 100, $69 to get into one contract. Not bad at all, really. Not bad at all. If you want to buy 10, for example, that's about $700, and you can make a decent return potentially if you think Sofi is on the verge of breaking out in the short term. Just some ideas, guys. Not financial advice. These are just kind of my thoughts in real time, which is why I'm making these videos, right? So what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. And before we get too long in this video, let me break down this company that just reported earnings, and maybe you guys know which one I'm talking about here. It's Lululemon, ticker symbol LULU, which right now is up over 5% on the day. And at one point when the company reported, they shot up to about, 350 or about 14% in the green. You heard that right. And this is a stock that we've covered before. It was in my video a couple of weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago, we went over 3 undervalued stocks. Lulu was one of them. Nike was one of them. Ulta was one of them. And it looks like we're getting a pop right now on Lulu, but it's still down big time from where it was a couple of months ago. We're talking down 36% still. So Lululemon reported, and I know they beat EPS and revenue, but let me get the figures here for you guys. Let me see quickly. Come on, where are the numbers? Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. 254 versus 239 EPS, so they crushed EPS. Revenue 2.21 versus 2.2 billion. They also beat there, and I believe their guidance for the next quarter is a little bit soft, right? 292 to 297 EPS versus $3.03 expected. Revenue, let me see here, guys, 2.4 to 2.42 versus 2.45 billion. All right. So guidance is a bit soft for the next quarter, but they made up for it for full year. Full year, I'm pretty sure, is above the estimate. Yeah, $14.27 to $14.47 of EPS versus $14.11. That's great. And revenue, 10.7 to 10.8 versus 10.75 billion expected from the analysts. So they beat EPS, beat revenue, guidance for the next quarter, or current quarter, I guess, is decent, but full year is pretty good. And the CEO said, oh, wait a second, they also are doing a $1 billion increase to the stock buyback program, which is probably why the stock's moving, or part of the reason why. And the CEO said they're doing very well in the international markets, but not so much in the Americas. The growth has slowed down big time in the Americas, and they're trying to figure out how to get that back moving in the right direction, as the overall company, guys, only grew revenues 10% year over year. So growth is slowing down for Lulu, but let's see if the management team can turn it around and maybe get the stock price moving in the right direction again. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. And do not forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit by using that link down below, checking out the QR code right here, or by going to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And of course, guys, that is an affiliate link. I appreciate you guys as always. Without you, this will not be possible. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.